welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Join us now is Diana Friend with Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library, talking with us about the program on Saturday highlighting the Harvey Girls.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Now, do you know what a Harvey Girl is?
They were like staff on a train car to like serving food and such is what I kind of say. I've learned a brief history of them years ago, but I haven't known too much in depth.
Well, the reason we're talking about the Harvey Girls is they were actually, they were established right here. The Harvey Girl and the Harvey Concierge Service was established right here in 1876 by Fred Harvey Company. And he claims that we were the original fast food people because people traveling by train only had about 30 minutes between stops. So they had to be able to get their food and get back on the train so they wouldn't miss the call. And so he developed a whole system with young women that needed employment, and it was a very formal training. And so on Saturday, if you're really interested in learning more about the history of Topeka, the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe Railroad, and especially the Harvey Girls, you can come and hear, and I've got to look this up to get it right, Dr. Micheline Chance Ray. She's the Professor Emeritus of Women's Studies and Education at Kansas State University. 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Don't clean your house. Come and watch and learn about the Harvey Girls.
Yes, no, it sounds like such a fascinating history.
Yes.
Do you know kind of, I guess, what she'll be covering for the program?
Well, she's going to talk about, you know, how you became a Harvey Girl because it was very competitive, and that what they're known for is the little white bonnets and the crisp white frilly aprons that they wore over a black dress. The Harvey Girls also not only worked at the train stations, but he also developed hotels and restaurants. This went on until the 1940, which the last one closed. And as I mentioned before, you know, we have a famous...
Yeah, you quizzed me on the famous Harvey Girl. I did not realize it until, well, obviously, until you said the name.
Well, you know, classic movies. Judy Garland, one of her starring roles was as the Harvey Girl in a 1946 production. And so a lot of people are familiar with the Harvey Girls because of that movie. And if you go to the Great Overland Station here, you'll also see a museum dedicated to that. But more so, when you come to the Topeka room at the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library, you will find all sorts of records. We're showing photos that we have from there. And Katie Keckeisen, our local history librarian, will be there. The Professor from K-State will be there. And it's just a great immersion to learn a little bit about Topeka's history, as well as this great business that started. And it was based on women's employment.
Yeah, and that's such an amazing piece of history that a lot of us don't really realize what's happening in the area. And I was kind of wondering, you kind of mentioned photographs, like, yeah, any kind of artifacts we'll be able to see on Saturday?
Well, you know, photographs are the easiest thing to store because storage is always limited.
It's always so hard, yes.
But you will be able to get a real feel of what the late 1800s was like, how the business developed and how it changed, just like transportation changed. But the railway was a very important part of Topeka.
Yes.
And the Harvey Girls is kind of a fun thing that its legacy lives on.
I love that. Do people need to sign up, or can they just come on in?
Just come on in. It'll be in Marvin Auditorium, and comfortable seating, and it will be a nice way to spend a Saturday morning with us.
Well, I love it. 10 a.m. you said?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. All right, I'm very excited. Well, Diana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Of course, everyone, again, to learn more, you can visit tscpl.org.